DeepXcav 2012 presentation video. Welcome to DeepXcav. DeepXcav is a software program that helps us perform analysis using limit equilibrium methods and nonlinear analysis as well. In the nonlinear analysis, we use Winkler springs on both sides of the wall. The Winkler springs are depending on each construction stage and help us capture more realistic results. DeepXcav offers us the ability to have up to 2 walls in the same model, and in addition we can have as many design sections as we want at the same time. Having more than one design section can help us analyze the whole project in the same file. First of all, let's introduce the main features of DeepXcav 2012 and how the logical sequence of the tabs is laid out. In the General tab of DeepXcav, we provide all the options that can help us create our model. First of all, we provide a model wizard that can help us create a model really fast. Next, by pressing the project information button, we can define our basic project information. We can define the project name, the file number, the engineer who is responsible for this project, and the short description. By pressing the model elevation button, we can define the general elevation. DeepXcav works with actual elevations. Now I change the elevation to 100 meters, and here we can see that the general elevation is changed. In the model dimensions and limits, we have several options that can help us create a nice view of the model. In the soil types area, we can define our soil types. On the left we have a list with soil types that already exist in the program, and we can choose to add a new soil, to copy a soil, paste a soil, or delete a selected soil. In the right side we can define the soil name, the soil type, the unit weights, the strength parameters and Poisson's ratio, the permeability of the soil, and the at-rest coefficients. In the elastoplastic tab we can define the soil model. We can choose among the elastoplastic model, exponential model, and subgrade modulus. In the bond tab we can define the ultimate bond resistant for tiebacks and for soil nails. Finally, we have some more advanced options. By pressing this button, we can open the DeepXcav estimation. We have some SPT and CPT estimators that can help us estimate some values. By pressing here, we can define our stratigraphy. By pressing the Edit Boring button, the Soil Layers dialog appears. Here we define the top elevation of the new soil layers that we want to add, and we define the soil type. By pressing OK, we can see that the stratigraphy is defined. Here we can choose to add a second wall to the model, delete this wall, and edit the walls. In the Edit Wall Data dialog here, we can define the top wall elevation, the wall length, the X-wall coordinate, and by pressing the Edit Section Data button here, we can define the wall section. In this new dialog, we have a list with wall sections, and we can add several wall sections in order to quickly design projects. In DeepXcav we can use soldier pile and lagging walls, seat pile walls, second pile walls, tangent pile walls, diaphragm walls, soldier pile and lagging walls, custom walls, and combined seat pile walls. All these walls can be supported either with reinforcement rebars or with steel beams. Next, we provide several options to modify our surface level. Here we can change the surface elevation and the water elevations. By pressing the arrow on the right, we can choose to draw a U-line and define the water pressures. In the stages area, we can choose to add a new construction stage, delete a stage, or research a stage. On the right, we provide two toolbars. On the supports toolbar, we include several supports that can be used in DeepXcav. We can have ground anchors, tiebacks, strut supports, slabs, rakers, fixed supports, springs, and weller supports. In addition, we can choose to use whale beams on a support or draw a passive heel block. Finally, we can define the free length. In the Loads toolbar, we have our load options. In DeepXcav, we can choose to have a surface surcharge, a surface linear load, a surcharge on the wall, and line load on the wall, an external moment load, and a prescribed displacement. In addition, we can have 3D loads. We can add a 3D building, a footing load, or a 3D surface load. Finally, we provide some advanced options. In the Properties tab of DeepXcav, we can manage the properties of all the items that can be used in the program. If we press the Edit Wall Sections button, once again we go to the Edit Wall Properties dialog that we analyzed before. By pressing the Edit Anchor Sections, this dialog appears where we can choose to add, delete tieback sections and edit their properties. We can edit the tieback type, the material of the bars or the strands, and the grout material. In addition, we offer some advanced geotechnical properties. By pressing the Edit Slab Sections button, the Slab Sections dialog appears. Here we can add or delete slab sections, and on the right edit their properties. We can change the slab name, the structural materials, and here we can change the reinforcement. We also provide some advanced properties. By pressing the Edit Strat Sections button, we can add or delete strat sections from the list, and on the right we can edit the strat type, and here we can choose from the list the strat sections. By pressing the helical anchors button, we can add or delete from the list helical anchors, and on the right we can modify their properties. In DeepXcav, we give the possibility to import from our databases. We provide also some more advanced geotechnical capacity properties, and when we press the whale supports, we can also choose the whaler type, the whale section, and some properties. In the structural materials area, we can modify our structural materials. We can add or delete structural materials from the list. Here we can see the concrete materials and the concrete properties. In addition, we give the possibility to import concrete materials according to some standards. The same we can do with the rail material, the reinforcement steel, the user materials, and wood. Finally, we provide some more advanced options. In the seismic tab of DeepXcav, we can choose to include seismic loads in the model. If we press this option, then we can add the accelerations. On the right, we can choose the seismic method, and we can also define the water behavior. If we press the full seismic options button, we provide many options and methods in order to calculate the design accelerations. In the Analysis tab of DeepXcav, we offer many options related to the analysis. First of all, we can choose the analysis mode. We can choose among the limit equilibrium method, the beam on elastoplastic foundations method, which is the non-linear engine, and the combination of the two methods. Next, we offer some options for automatic determination of excavation, or we can assign the excavation mode. If we have more than one design sections at the same time, we can choose to link these design sections together. If so, we can modify contemporarily the design sections that are linked and just assign different design approaches to each design section. Next, we can choose the design approach. We can have a single design approach, or by pressing the arrow next to the Mult button, we can generate all loading cases for a specific design standard. Next, we have our water behavior. We can define the clays, if they are drained or are drained, or as defined before, and also define the water analysis. We can choose among hydrostatic, simplified flow, full flow net, user pressures, or choose to have a seal excavation. In the KA and KP thrust options, we can choose to have automatic procedure or user input values. For the limit equilibrium methods, we can define the driving side and the resisting side pressures, choosing among several options. Finally, we offer some advanced options. In the slope tab, we can define our slope stability analysis options. First of all, we can choose to import from a DXF file We can choose our analysis method. We have some options for the radius search and for the failure surface. And in the drawing tools we can choose to draw the failure surface and the centers for the slope stability analysis. By pressing these tools we can choose to draw a single soil nail or a soil nail group. In the Stability Plus tab we can define our safety factors. We can define the safety factors for the wall embedment, the basal stability and clough methods, and for the surface settlements. Choose to calculate the actual geotechnical capacity for the piles. In the Design tab we can manage our concrete and steel standards. We can choose a specific standard for both. We can add members according to Europe, English or American standards, and if we choose to enable individual standards we can use different standards for concrete and for steel. We also have some extra options. We choose to calculate the selected design section in order to present the results tab. When the calculation is succeeded, we will see a table with the critical results, and we are directed to the results tab. Here we can see on screen graphically the results like moments, shear diagrams, soil stresses, water options, and also we can see the same results in tables. On the left we can see the global safety factor and wall embedment safety factors. In the Report tab of DeepXcav we offer the report options. By pressing the printed report options we are directed in this dialog. We can manage our reports. We can choose sections from the available report sections in the center and drag and drop the items in the report format. Then we can choose to preview the report, export in a PDF or export in Word format. Next we can see some calculation warnings and see the summary page for the calculations for all design sections or for the current design section only. We can print screen the screen, and also we can have some input or output files and scratch files with the calculation procedure. In the View tab of DeepXcav we manage our view options. First we can choose the transparency of the model. We can open and close the legends. We can manage our moment and pressure diagrams. We have some display settings. And in addition we have some advanced settings like zoom in, zoom out, open and close some assumptions tables, and the boring. And by pressing the top view button there we can have a top view of the model. In the Optimize tab of DeepXcav we have some optimization tools. After the analysis is succeeded we can choose to auto-design a support, auto-design a wall, auto-design the fixed length of a ground anchor, and if we click this option we can calculate the project cost. This is an extra module of DeepXcav. Here we define several parameters for the currency, the location of the project, the walls and supports costs, some calculation standards, and then we can perform the calculation. In the Help tab of DeepXcav we have the help manuals, technical documentation and theory manuals, the terms of use, and some examples that can help you get started using our program. Finally, by pressing the settings button we can see the settings of DeepXcav, where we can choose the language, we can choose the units, the fonts, and some extra properties that can be used as default. Down on the left we can press this button in order to set the current project as default. Next we will present the general interactive interface of DeepXcav 2012 and the provided options. First of all, on the left we have the design sections area with all the design sections. By right clicking here we can choose to edit the design section name, to add the design section, to add as a new design section, to delete it, or to view the selected design section. For example, we press to create a new design section. The same options exist down here in buttons. As we can see, we can easily jump from the one design section to the other. By pressing the tree view tab here, we have a tree view of useful options and all the items that exist. We can see the design sections with the walls, supports, arches. We can see the soils, we can see the stratigraphy and borings, the structural materials, wall sections, structural sections, and 3D loads. Back to the design sections tab. Down we offer some view and draw options. We can choose to zoom in, zoom out, have a better view of the model or have the original view, open and close the soil properties, the dimensions, the assumptions table on the right, the axis, and the point coordinates. Down we have some tools that help us drag and drop items, erase, split a line, and two tools that can help us perform an excavation or backfill operation. By pressing the check model button, we offer an integrity check for common mistakes that users often do. Down we have the local options with language and units. In the center we provide a calculation progress log and an analysis log. Up we have our construction stages, and by clicking on them we can see each construction stage. On the right there are the calculation buttons. We can press the first button in order to calculate only the selected design section, or press the right button in order to calculate all design sections. Thank you for watching this video.
Visit our webpage in order to download a free trial version of our software program, and please feel free to contact us.